Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video, we're going to go over the pound pairs to watch. Pound is obviously a very strong currency at the moment, and we're seeing a lot of upside to the pound. This was largely due to the recent Bank of England statement suggesting that the economy is doing better than they thought it would, and the fact that we have vaccinated so many people could be a kickstarter to the UK's economy ahead of multiple economies out there. So we've seen a huge rally to the British pound, and it looks like this is going to continue. So if I go into the weekly time frame, we can see that the weekly chart shows us the weekly close of last week was very strongly bullish. Now, we've mentioned this a few times, and we've mentioned the fact that we've been monitoring the potential upside on pound due to the fact that it hadn't tested these key major areas like other major currency pairs. So I expected the market to head north. We've seen that market starting to do that, but where's it going to end? Where could the market go to? And 139.77 is something, or 139.80 is something that I want to talk about because it's the most traded level within this consolidation pattern. When the market consolidates, that's when institutions are doing their business, okay? They are basically leaving us breadcrumbs in the market by having consolidation zones. The larger the consolidation zone, the more likely something obviously creates a breakout point and a retest and a continuation of trend. And we saw here the market consolidated, broke to the downside. So the sellers obviously won at this point and price moved lower. Now we're heading back. So I assume that that volume level through there is going to be retested at 139.80. And if that's the case, how do I trade it? So if I go into the daily time frame, we can see that price is trending to the upside, which is what we want to see. So when we start discussing trends and impulses and retracement phases, in this phase here now, what we want to start seeing is a 4-hour uptrend. And if I go into that 4-hour uptrend, you can see price quite clearly breaking these highs in here, forming a new higher high currently. So what I'm looking for is areas to buy the market back up into that level. Now, one or two things is going to happen. We're either going to get a daily retracement back down to a key area, key swing point, which would be around about this 137.55. Hasn't been tested, which was a very key breakout level, around about, well, 137.50 was what we were talking about. Just made that a little bit more accurate using the volumes that I've had a look at today. And 137.55 is an area of low volume where the trend could continue for more of the long-term sort of situation. So I think what we're going to see happen is a small short-term pullback, continuation of trend into the 139.80, a reversal back down into 137.55, and then a bounce, and then whether it continues down or up at that point is going to have to be something we discuss. That's if this level holds in the first place. Price could blast straight through that level. However, I do feel like the market will probably pull back and want to retest 137.50 at some point. However, looking at this suggests to me that if I want to be a buyer on the short term, 138.56 would be the level. So what I like to do at these key minor swing points is look for price to pull back, go into a lower time frame, and see if the trend starts to match up with the higher time frame. So I'll be looking for any kind of changes in trend in and around this point. Now, we had a comment on our YouTube from Leslie, wanted to have a little look at pound Swiss, so I'm going to have a little look at that now. Obviously, pound US dollars trading to the upside. You have to remember, when you're trading cross pairs, you're not just trading pound against Swiss, you're trading pound US dollar versus dollar Swiss. Okay, so if I want this chart to move higher, what do I need to see? I need pound US dollar to rally, and I need dollar Swiss to either go sideways or upwards, because what I want is the Swiss franc to weaken and pound to strengthen. Now, we know pound is very strong, heading towards a key area at the moment, and dollar Swiss is actually on a little bit of a knife edge at the moment. It's actually not doing too much, which is why we're seeing pound Swiss push to the upside. And like we talked about on dollar Swiss, it was at that sort of it inverse head and shoulders pattern. We were looking for the market to short back down into that neckline, and we want to be careful here now because price could sink a little bit lower or start to react. But because it's at support, it's starting to go a little bit sideways, potentially even pushing slightly higher, which is what we want to see for the pound Swiss move higher. Now, if pound's going to head towards that key level, then we need to look for a key level really on pound Swiss, and 124.90 is a decent level, because if we look left, huge area on the market where price has found support, resistance in the past. So again, if I kind of build it down and go into the daily time frame, what's the daily been doing? Well, it's been retracing nicely back through here. It hit the previous 4-hour highs through there, and daily highs reacted nicely. So if this is going to be in an uptrend now, we need to look for areas where we can buy pound Swiss. Now, obviously, I look at previous structure highs and I look at the previous structure low as areas of support and resistance. So what I'd actually need to see here is either a pullback down into 122.83 and a reaction, or I need to see price close a little bit higher and then come back and retest these structure highs for a long opportunity. Okay, so pound Swiss looking good, been a really nice uptrend here for a while now. So I want to buy into that last little area for the potential for the market to hit that key level of resistance. Finally, I want to talk about euro pound. Still some downside in euro pound. Really like the opportunity for the price to come back down towards this 0.8670 area, just through here, these previous structure lows. Going to the daily time frame, you can see that weekly impulse to the downside has created a lovely downtrend on the daily time frame through here, and most recently we had this consolidation breakout pattern forming. Going to the 4-hour time frame, again, I've done my volume analysis on this before jumping into the video, and 87.57 is a really nice area of low volume. So I'm expecting price to retest 87.57 for some downside here. Okay, so those are the pound pairs to watch. I hope you enjoyed the video update. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions about pound pairs, how to trade them, or any kind of charts that you want to see featured in a video this week, drop the comment down below and I'll speak to you soon.